Well, really, I'm gonna have to question like the quality of the cow that Moose ate because he's running very low on reserve time right now. 10 seconds left now.
It's kind of funny that his name is Moose and he ate an entire cow.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Monkey
Good for the Monkey King. So it's most likely Chris Luck playing the Monkey King. I don't think anyone else really plays it. Although it could be a Hector hero. But generally speaking, whenever we see that come up,
10 seconds
it
remaining.
tends to be for Chris Luck. So it's interesting because they do have this Ember Spirit, right? And it's a possibility that it's going mid. It's possible that's Leo Stout. But again, it could be Matthew, and they could shift it and try to get a better lane matchup. So
yeah,
we will see.
But that's something that deals a lot better with early aggression. The extra armor that he has early on, the Jingu stacks, having those. But when you're not sure what you're playing against with the Monkey King, it doesn't feel great, does it?
Mm-hmm. Definitely doesn't.
But I was watching this other series, and I think he was playing against Alina with the Monkey King in the mid lane, and he opted to go 0 points into Jingu. Instead, he maxed out his Boundless Strike and his Primal Spring. So we just farmed creeps fast with the Primal Spring. It was interesting to see. It worked very well as well. I think, Monkey King team definitely won that game. I thought it was like off the back of the Monkey King. Well, Warlord picked up for Thunder Predator.
So Mino's favorite right there. So we need to see some halberds or something picked up so that way they can kind of waste some time when he's in his ultimate. Wouldn't be surprised to see that then.
There was a lot of mixed opinions on how good Troll Warlord is. I'm in the camp that I think it is an awful hero and that nobody should pick it ever.
Why is it awful?
I mean, you disable yourself when you press the ultimate. His entire kit is countered out by a Heaven's Halberd, and it's an amazing item that you're basically happy building a lot of strength heroes anyways. Phoenix is going to build it. Abaddon, I feel like, is going to build it. It's not horrible as part of Monkey King's kit.
10 seconds remaining.
He counters himself, it feels like. It's pretty good with Beastmaster. You have a lot of pushing power there between having the inner beast and troll whacking away at towers alongside with like boars and whatnot. It's pretty good when you get extra vision with the Hawk. But I'm not crazy about this hero.
Fair. I mean, you mentioned a lot of things that definitely make sense about why he's not so great, but I happen to think that Minos really likes this hero. He's very powerful. So, okay, that answers our question. It looks like I think the Bloodseeker most likely going to be going mid, and Matthew will be playing the Ember. I don't think they run a Bloodseeker 4, but it is possible.
10 seconds remaining.
No, they could just go like the 5 core draft.
They could. There was a time when Thunder, this was a different iteration of Thunder Predator, but they literally would just pick nothing but off lanes. All off laners. It was like this big tank. It was like when J. Marie was still on the team. And I think Atun was on the team too. Like they just picked Bristleback, Beastmaster, Lone Druid, like just big, beefy, tanky boys. And it looked ridiculous. It was during TI qualifiers one year. But they just didn't have enough damage to deal with them. Like, it wasn't even a matter of them having too much damage. It was just that the enemy team was, like, chonking away at them, and they just wouldn't die. They just kept slapping them in the teeth, like, why won't you die? And they couldn't do it. It was ridiculous. It was pretty ridiculous.
I get the ban out there by the of the Timbersaw makes a lot of sense, but it makes you think if they plan on picking a strength hero last over here. They ban out the Conquer for themselves, and as much as you want to be running the Bloodseeker in the mid lane right now, probably I'm not sure what they grab, but they're probably going to pick like a strength melee hero at this point.
They're banning out the Timbersaw and the Magnus. They're all melee on Thunder Predator.
I don't know, but the Magnus and the Timbersaw bans feel very odd to me. Maybe they'll rant it out with a support or something like that. But this draft is incredibly unconventional. Oh. God.
5 seconds remaining.
Come on, analysts. Analyze this.
I'm analyzing.
I'm analyzing. The
Shadow Demon? Undying.
They go all... Oh my god. All melee. All right, Thunder Predator.
They did take the melee, I guess.
I mean, they do have a pretty... No, it's all melee. Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'm guessing MJZ on the Undying. I'd say Matthew on the Ember, Frank on the Beastmaster, MNZ on Troll, and then Leo Style on Bloodseeker. So then is this a core Abaddon? again on the side of Beast Coast?
It's got to be a pause one Abaddon. It's going to be Hector Abaddon.
And a Spirit Breaker.
Unless it's Hector Spirit Breaker.
Hector Spirit Breaker. No, it's Hector.
All right, no, it's Hector Abaddon. I'm not that impressed, Mr. Coast, if you're watching this right now. I'll have you know that, this is already a Hector special, the position 1 Abaddon. You're going to have to give me a better inside scoop next time. Is that a dog that Chen is riding?
Yes, it is.
Ooh, tonight is a real treat.
I have to say, usually when I see the Hector Abaddon, unless it's a very specific circumstance, I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm interested to see what he's going to be able to do with this, though. But generally speaking, I'm not a huge fan of it. What do you think?
I haven't seen it lose a game that I've been watching yet. So I think that it's amazing personally. I'm just more so confused at this 5 melee lineup of Thunder
Holy guacamole, Leo Styles playing Beastmaster. I just realized that.
Oh.
Mid Beastmaster. Right. Okay, all right. I see you, Leo Style. I see you feeling better, wanting to show off, wanting to style a bit.
I love this man, Leo Style. Very nice guy, and he's spicing things up for us.
And then Frank in the off-lane butt seeker. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people have been running Undying, though. It's really good against, I guess, melee strength heroes in the safe lane. So it's going to do wonders against K1. But it does mean that K1 is going to be able to pick up a magic stick and do damage back to Undying. Because he's spamming that decay. Mm-hmm. But, both teams kind of unconventional. I'm preferring Thunder Predator here.
Really? You're going with the very unconventional?
I want to see what's in Leo Styles' head. I want to see what he's got planned with his pause to this mid Beastmaster. His team hasn't pulled him tangos. Oh, it's MNZ. He's going mid. Leo Styles going to be heading elsewhere. All right, they're mixing things up.
You liking it?
You want to talk to me about wacky drafts, Beast Coast? Taking notes from Thunder Predator, okay? Ooh. These guys are doing it. Orb of Venom on the Undying. You love to see it. These guys are out for blood right now, Moxxi.
I love it. Although, I'm not going to lie, Schofield on Spirit Breaker, I'm so excited to watch this. This man is a madman. Like, there are so many times that I'm watching games that Beast Coast playing, and Schofield should not be there, should not survive. And somehow he manages to just run circles, go back in, get a kill, run away with, no hit points, run back in again, get another kill, and somehow survive the entire time. I love this player. So, very excited to see him playing the Space Cow, just being very aggressive. But again, these guys they're not really squishy at all coming out from the side of Thunder Predator. So, be interesting to see. Oh god, he's got the naked Greevil. Ugh, I hate that Greevil so much. Not as bad as the Speed Demon. The Speed Demon one freaks me out more when it's in walking form, but
any form that it's in is kind of ugly. I just love the cat.
That is a very adorable courier, for sure.
They got one over here. It's sitting very close in the base. This is something that I do only when I play with this one tryhard friend of mine, is I move my courier outside the fountain.
That's good.
The rest of the time, I just don't do it.
Easy 33 gold here for Chris Luck. God, this thing's so hideous.
It's got no eyes.
Oh, it's terrifying. I don't like it.
I don't like how he walks either. I like the Halloween spirit. I'm going to be honest. It's a very Halloween-themed courier.
It's just terrifying looking.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, but.
He's got little arms, too.
What's wrong with little arms?
His arms barely function as arms, I feel.
Tyrannosaurus Rex have little arms.
I don't know what they're for, though.
Arms?
Tiny. The T-Rex arms are very tiny. I feel like he could use his teeth as arms.
I don't know about that. Matthew, between a monkey and a space cow. Nice boundless here.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to do anything. I mean, they're going to level the boundless level 1 anyways. Not that big of a deal. But Chris Luck is actually taking quite a bit of damage. In fact, he could go down. No. He's going to take a bunch.
But he has pooled tangos. He's not going to be able to go super, super close here.
Now he loses this laning phase. Oh, he misses the whirling axes. That's 50 damage that you could... No, 75 damage that you could have done. My guy, you got to be more careful, man. Z. This is why Leo Style is the mid laner on your team. Let's see how Leo Styles doing top. This is one fairly big issue that they're going to need to deal with at some point, and I'm not sure how well it's going to go for them on Thunder Predator, is the fact they only have melee heroes up against his Phoenix.
That is a bit sus. Schofield doing Schofield things, just dragging the creep wave, forcing MJZ to come pay attention to him. They'll be able to go and get some experience and a little bit of gold. Bottom lane, Hector just forcing Frank back here.
Yep. They're going to have a hard time laning against the Abaddon with the Bloodseeker, though, because, the solution to playing against the Bloodseeker in lane is not getting hit by Bloodright, Just walk away. And with the 125 based movement speed, it's pretty easy to walk out of it.
Easy peasy.
Top lane, Leo Style doing a pretty good job of controlling this wave here, but no range creep right now. Means the lane is going to shove in, so. Schofield pulling it back. See if MJZ is able to stop it. Yeah. No, he's just too good.
Look at him go. A little bit of harass, though, being pushed out here by Whisper. Pretty quiet, though, for the most part. Not seeing anything too aggressive coming out from either side.
Well, it'll change, I think, maybe 5 minutes in the game, when heroes have a couple levels under their belt and they start to rotate around these catapults. That's just something every team has been doing, practicing coming into this. It's everyone's been analyzing like the secret games out of Europe and some of these Quincy crew games, and they see, okay, 5 minutes, they collect the bounty runes, then they play around catapult. So that's when we really start to see blood. It'll probably be slow up until then.
Usually, I think you start to see Thunder Predator start to make moves around the 4-minute runes. They usually try to make sure that they can grab that for their mid laner, and then they try to make things happen. But again, both of these teams, they played against each other all the time. This is kind of the Classico now at this point for SA, so I'm sure they will be anticipating that as well.
I wonder how much these teams scrim against each other. That I do not know.
I feel like they probably have to a lot, right? Because, I mean, that's how, even if you don't like each other, you still have to scrim, and that's how you get better. Like, both of them. These are both of the top 2 teams in South America. If they want to get better, they've got to be constantly pushing themselves.
Maybe they just both scrim against Quincy Crew, but not against each other, and that's why Quincy Crew just keeps getting stronger.
Maybe. They're just absorbing all of their nonsense.
Yeah. That would make a lot of sense, actually. I'm sure we could ask them at some point.
I'm sure they've got to scrim each other. There's no way they don't. Schofield getting a little bit of their attention here. How's this mid lane going? It's like Chris Luck sitting at 20-3. MNZ 17-6. Schofield just stopping a little short here. Waves hello. 4-minute runes are coming up, though, like I said. This is usually about the time that they try to solidify up these runes. And it is an invis rune. So, could opt to go pick that up. There's no bottle, though, on Chris Luck, obviously, and MNZ's not going to be picking one up. So maybe not as high of a priority, but it could be really nice for Matthew to go snap up.
Yeah, neither of these heroes right now, MNZ or the Monkey King, really want to leave lane in order to grab that invis rune. If it's illusions or double damage, sure, maybe, but they'd rather just hit creeps than take the time to go and grab that.
Right.
We are getting close to the 5-minute mark, which people are going to rotate for those runes because they're the money ones. That's the important.
Gotta get that money. Stack that paper. Make that bread.
And Jay-Z reminds everybody that it's time as well. He gets gone on.
Yes, he does. And he's fairly tanky, though. He doesn't have... Oh, he does have a little bit of mana if he wants to try to use it. But the Sunrise just burning him down to a crit. Looks like they're not going to be able to get the kill, but they should be able to go snap up these runes, no problem. So, mission accomplished here for the side of Beast Coast here in the top lane.
Yep.
Chris Luck, it's a race to get this invis. Gonna be able to grab it in time? No, it looks like not, as Chris Luck gets chunked away, and MNZ will get the first blood at 5 minutes. Kind of a late first blood, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I said beat the action, but I thought it'd be a little bit more than that, unfortunately.
And a slow beatdown? Yeah, that would have been a little bit more interesting. But hey, still happy about that if you're a Thunder Predator fan.
Let's see which lane they decide to push with these 5-minute catapults. It's looking like the answer is no lane.
Yep, I will agree with that.
I don't like that. I'm going to be honest. All right, Schofield, he's forced to run forward, and he's getting slowed out by these boys, but he's close enough to his tower that they're not going to be able to finish him off. He's got the Phoenix there as well, so forced to disengage from Schofield. But MJZ wants to rotate behind the tower. I think maybe they'll push forward with this 5-minute catapult, given that it's still alive. It looked like it was going to fall to the tower, but here they are.
MNZ wants to do something too, Matthew, helping to just secure up this double damage, but knowing MNZ, he just really wants to hit creeps. But we do have a rotation coming out from Matthew here too, so I think you're right, Neph. I think they're getting into position. They want to try to make something happen. You can see Matthew over here on the high ground, keeping tabs on Schofield. They do have a ward though over here on the side, placed. So they can get some vision. There's going to be a charge going over here from Schofield. Gonna go try to knock MNZ off here.
Got the double damage rune. He just wants to get as many hits in on this tower as he can. Take advantage of this fervor. He's got the catapult as well, but nobody with him. Again, they want to position, start diving, taking control of this triangle with their aggressive lineup. Prior to this Phoenix getting level 6. Once he has it, it becomes so much easier for them to take fights, because as we were talking about, they have no solution to this Phoenix. I mean, it's basically got to be Troll. If Troll's an ult, then you can't target egg once he's already on somebody else.
Right.
So it's very easy to get good eggs this game.
I think it's interesting the way that Matthew is playing like the bodyguard around MNZ. They know that they want to put some pressure over onto this mid tower, but he's just always been like right nearby, realizing too that they wanted to make some moves on the top tower. Big fan of Matthew. I feel like this guy knows his positioning very, very well. Yeah,
and that's one of the, I think, big thing. There's like 2 ways to play position 4 very well. This is a greedy style, like we see Francis Lee. Oh,
this is looking like a dead Leo style. They need a little bit more damage to Sunray. They actually go for the egg on the back line.
Oh my god, he gets
a little bit too low, and somehow Leo style still alive and kicking.
Leo style lives. He got out of that one with what, 20 HP, salves up, and now he's right back to lane again. With Supernova on cooldown, things become a little bit easier for Thunder Predator. See if
it's
they
also
make
on
any
cooldown too, though. They did do a trade on that, but this is a lot of space down here for Ektor. He's already got those phase boots online. Looks like he's gonna be going for a Radiance build this time around.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about Radiance. I mean, I like it on tanky strength heroes because they don't have the same issue with pacing that like Spectre does, and why she doesn't get Radiance anymore, but it is a very slow item.
Yeah.
And it's a fast-paced patch.
Top lane again, trying to put a little pressure over onto Leo style using that Sunray. Jay-Z will take the brunt of the damage.
Not much good.
And there's a TP over into the mid lane. Looks like they're trying to make moves over here onto Chris Luck, and he does get pocket netted. But Schofield making this rotation will force them back. Good old pocket net from Troll. Makes no sense. No sense at all.
Neither does Pocket Sand, but it's one of my favorite things.
God, imagine if they made Pocket Sand. It gives you like a blind effect for like a second. God. Dota. Whisper, though, on the top lane is forced to use that Icarus dive. Throw out another Flame Spirit here. Looks like he's going to survive a little bit longer.
Dire's top tower is under.
Feels like nobody's willing to really hard commit just yet. Just poking and prodding the entire time. 10-minute runes are going to be coming up soon in about 30 seconds, so Schofield already headed over there, but he definitely has a couple of the Thunder Predator guys hot on his tail. They'll hold him into place. Does have the charge if he needs to, so they'll force that out. It's going to go right back over here to this mid lane, but that means Matthew's going to be able to grab the bounty rune.
Top tower is under attack.
But it looks like Chen also in the position here. Moose should be able to snap some up too.
Yeah, I think he might just deny this one or hold it for as long as he can until he sees enemies approach. If he can get both, wonderful. If he can't, well, not the end of the world.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Spearburger charging MNZ, picks up a double damage rune as well. He's just trying to keep him off this tower for as long as possible.
It's been pretty difficult, though. He's been pushing out the wave, and he's had Matthew just behind him, like, the entire time. So they're able to, like, if they see any sort of opening, if they see that, you know, one of these heroes has rotated up to the other lane, and they'll hold that thought. Matthew sliding away. No problem. Easy peasy. But while this goes down, looks like Whisper finds himself a kill on MJZ. Using that egg, and then TPing out to join up with the rest of the fight. Frank taking a lot of damage here. He dropped the blood right already. Moose has the mech online. gonna go heal himself back up again. Schofield looking for this opening here, trying to figure out who he wants to go on, but again, nobody wants to really hard commit.
Give me blood!
Neph is that one drunk guy at the Roman Colosseum who's just screaming.
Yeah, but the Emperor hired me to be drunk at the Roman Colosseum. Bottom lane, Matthew is going to go down.
They heard it. They saw. Hector gets himself a kill with a little help from Schofield. There's your blood now.
Yes, very good. Yes.
And back to farming they go.
Yes, it seems K1 is the man I need to bring under my tutelage.
I'm not so sure about that, friend, but getting very close to that sacred relic. He's had a lot of just free space, like 5.7k net worth right now on the Sabaton. 5k over on the troll, so fairly close, but I mean, once he gets this Radiance, it is going to become a lot bigger of a discrepancy.
Yep.
Top lane feels like Chris Luck wants to make some moves over onto MJZ. Starts winding up. Doesn't quite land it, but does manage to land the pounce over here. And he'll go try to heal himself up, but they've got the stacks of Jingu, and that's just a dead undying. So Chris Luck having a good game today.
Absolutely. And, you know, while he's spending so much time outside of mid lane, they've been able to hold it very nicely with the rest of his team. I mean, Troll is constantly here trying to shove it in, but he hasn't been able to get it for 12 minutes now. He's sat in the mid lane and gotten basically nothing out of it. He's really expecting having take the tower by now. Matthew comes forward, tries to jump on, prevent the push from Moose and Whisper, but he doesn't have the hero for it.
Chris Luck. Oh, there's just so... Oh, the Hand of God comes out, though. Is it going to be enough so we can TP out? No, not quite enough. They still have a charge, though, coming out here on Leo Step, but they need to take down this Tombstone. Schofield goes right in, takes down the Tombstone, just TPs out. They realize, okay, we don't want to fight this anymore. We've already lost Chris Luck. Hector just wants to go back and farm. He's got that Relic online. Let's just chill, but... does have to be careful because they do have a couple people in the vicinity.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Yep, let's get Abaddon with his skill build, of course, wasn't able to help out Chris Luck there.
No,
4 points of Aphotic Shield, 4 points Curse, and then into Strength as well. You don't have movement speed to gap the distance. Just, you know, no cares team.
No cares.
He is the protagonist of Beast Coast this game, though, so he gets to be greedy.
He's now making his way bottom now. He's trying to farm up, push out this tower a little bit. It feels weird to see these teams not like hyper aggressive towards one another, right?
Yeah, I imagine that'll change.
I'm sure it will. But it just seems very uncharacteristic for a lot of SA Dota. Like NA Dota tends to be a little bit quieter generally, I found, because everybody's farming. But this is not the case this time here. Felt like the NA teams were much more aggressive early on.
Yeah. Everyone's copying the 5-10 minute mark plays. It feels like they haven't really cared that much about that over on this side. Or in this game, rather. But starting to sit and booze in the mid lane and shove in this tower. And, you know, Undying just isn't going to deal with it the same way that, like, Spear Breaker or Chen is able to. Bloodseeker will, though.
Look at him just clean up all of that. So there's plenty of creeps, though. They'll call over Hector, and I do like the fact that, you know, Chen can do this. Hector just wants to go and farm, but at the same time, whenever his teammates say, like, we need you, they could just call him in. So Radiance is finished now for Hector, so his farm should explode. Especially when he can just go off and do his own thing and just get called right back in. But we do have a charge coming out in the bottom. They've got their eyes on Leo Style. Does have the Roar available, and he might be forced to use it as he does get hit back. Monkey King to follow up. Boundless gets landed. Phoenix coming in too. Does manage to use the Roar, but he needs some help from this team. The Sunray's doing too much damage. Leo Style will fall as Hector joining in the fight here. We'll just throw out the Aphotic Shield. Take it right off of himself. As MJZ, he manages to drop the Tombstone. That's pretty much all that he can do. And it is on the high ground, so it does make things a little difficult. But look at this. They just walk away. No harm, no foul. Hector goes right back to farming, doing what Hector does best.
Yep. You know, with the tower mid lane taken, they don't really need the bottom one. They've managed to take the top tower as well. They have map control right now on Beast Coast. And like you said, his farm's exploding. They didn't get enough out of the early game, especially with like the heroes that they picked here. Bloodseeker, Beastmaster, Undying. I feel like you have these three together. You want to have taken like you want the mid tower, you want the bottom tower. Here we are, 50 minutes in the game. 3 battle arenas have spawned. You have barely any map control, despite picking these super strong early game heroes.
Definitely worrying for Thunder Predator.
Our fellow casters pointing out the Abaddon does indeed have a Radiance. I mean, this is a Hector special, though.
This is, this is how he likes to play his heroes like an alchemist a lot of the times, I feel, right? They get the Manta, follow up to... Manta, of course, is just super good because of the fact that it procs your Curse of Avernus. But... Thanks, Akai. Akai also wanted to be a part of that.
We won't forget about you. Right? Hawk is taken down. They stop the enemies from going through the jungle.
Forget about Sakai. He's running production. Alright, so we have 3 heroes now on the side of Beast Coast. It's like they're looking to take the last tier 1 down here, and the rest of the side of Thunder Predator really kind of grouped up here in the triangle. What do we have for items now? I mean, see, he's got the Battle Fury online. Oh, look at this. He's got the Philosopher. Okay, he took it out of his inventory. He had the Philosopher's Stone on him, but he does give it over to the Undying. I was about to say, that's so greedy.
Yeah. There's not a point of holding on to that one. He throws it with the Grow Bow. I think he's taking the Dragon Scale. That makes a lot of sense for him. He'll push towers a lot easier for that one. I don't think Beast Coast is really that committed to taking a fight against this, though. I mean, the tower's sitting up here, basically full HP, but Hector on the opposite side of the map, and there's no tier 1 available to teleport to.
I think the name of the game is Make Space for Hector, and they're by God doing it here, as Leo's style was held into place by Whisper. He had completed that Rod of Atos. It's like Chris Luck wants to go in here, though. We'll force everybody back, as he does have that Maelstrom online, and it looks like he's going to be working towards that Ag Scepter, which is a pretty standard build.
That feels so bad on Leo style, though. I mean, the enemies barely had to come in onto you at all, and they took down like 1,000 HP there. The only reason you stayed alive is because you had the Soul Rip there from Undying. I mean, their backs are against the wall right now. It feels like they didn't get nearly as much out of the map as they wanted to in the early game. I know I'm beating dead horse here when I say this, but Beast Coast 100% controlling the pace of this game.
Oh, Whisper, they want this kill on Frank. Atos gets thrown out, plus the Sunray, but Matthew's here, and so is MJZ. Whisper might be forced to egg here. Indeed he is. So he's forced to egg, heal up again, but he's going to be able to jump right back in because Chris Luck jumps in. Oh, that's slight. Oh, no. MNZ, though, does manage to get himself the Aegis moves, has been ruptured, so he is forced into place, but he's got the Hand of God. They're going to fight over here by the pit. They'll take down Matthew. They'll take down Schofield. But MNZ, I don't know. They're still going. They still really want this kill on Frank, and it looks like you're going to be able to find it. Hector just finding another creep camp immediately. Yeah, there's heroes there, but there are also creeps, and creeps get gold, and Hector likes gold.
I was watching Brax's stream. He's talking about this. He's got it all figured out right now, saying Hector, he'll wait until the enemy's walking to a creep wave before mana voiding them on anti-mage to maximize his GPM.
I'll believe that, honestly.
The most efficient man alive. He will always find farm. Brax is saying the only way to beat this guy is to feed off of his teammates. He's too good. Even if you shut him down, he'll find gold. He's really staying true to that right now. I mean, you got a battle fury on the Troll Warlord, but despite that, you're still 500 gold ahead of him on Abaddon, for God's sake. It is wild.
It's a Hector special, like we said, and it's really working out for them this time around. I've seen some games where they've gone for the Abaddon and it just kind of has fallen flat, but in this case, they had so much space for him. Like, you've got the Monkey King, Chris Luck had a great game. And I don't know if part of that is because he was up against MNZ, who doesn't typically play mid, so it was a little bit easier for him, and everyone else kind of felt like they were tied to their lanes. Generally, I feel like Chris Luck gets jumped on constantly, right? Early on during the laning phase, they do everything they can to shut him down, but he got a lot of breathing room, and because of that breathing room, it also made it really easy, so that way Hector could get what he needed. All right, there's gonna be initiation. Whisper, the roar comes out though from Leo Style with the zip in coming out from Matthew. They go and they drop the Wukongs, but it's just not enough as both of those heroes are immediately obliterated. MNZ managing to take that tower, and they're gonna follow up now. They're chasing after Moose, Ector, and Schofield, but Moose looks like he's going to be the one who gets left behind. Ector doesn't seem like he's too afraid here. He's very, very tanky. He still has that ultimate up and running, but he is forced away.
You've lost your tier 3 now. Everyone is up on your high ground. You can't force them back right now. You lose this. All right, this is terrifying.
Come back.
All right, never mind. They managed to get them back just barely. If that fight had gone just a little bit worse for Beast Coast, they would have lost their tier 3. I jumped the gun a little bit there. But my God, they turned that around so fast, and that was just perfect timing between the roar, that blood rate hitting, Phoenix not being able to get this ult off. Things looked probably so good for a second there, but the chain stuns for Thunder Predator were just too good. And when you lose a little, you lose a lot. Things just come apart at the seams for these coasts.
I thought Schofield was still gonna go for that there.
Relax, Schofield, it's over. The fight's over.
He wants blood!
Now.
Blood for the blood god, Neph.
Oh God, he's gonna go.
He's thinking about it. Look at Ector. He's just chasing after MNZ right now, and he's a big tanky boy, but there's a lot of follow-up here. A beautiful just Sunray coming through. MNZ taking down all that burn damage. Chris Luck downtown here. They managed to go. They popped the Aegis. MNZ is coming right back up again, but do they have it? The charge comes out, and they want Leo Star. They're just going to chase him all the way into the back as Chris Luck manages to go, jumps down. Ector being held into place here, does have that ultimate. He's taking a lot of damage here, and on the back lines, they manage to get the egg off. They're able to take it down. Matthew going to be able to go slide away. MNZ being kited left and right. There's the ultimate as Chris Luck gets held into place. He's trying to dodge some of that damage. We cannot do it, as Schofield now going to get held with that pocket net, and that's a double kill now for MNZ. And they're still looking. Matthew is hoping that maybe he can grab moves up here, and it's looking like they're going to be able to find themselves yet another kill. Tries to run that creeper wave. Looks like they're not too interested in the Centaur, even though it gives a decent chunk of gold, because they're going to go and take an objective instead.
I'd like to see a replay on how close that egg was to getting off. That fight would have been very different there. Yeah. I thought the Beast Coast, it was hard to say. I didn't want them to fight into it, but they just about slowed the team down enough to get that egg off. But that's one of the other issue with the draft. Sure, you're playing into a bunch of melee heroes, but you also don't have anything to really protect the egg. The only thing you really have is like these stuns coming out from the Spear Breaker. Other than that, all you can sort of do is pray. All right, MJZ is dead. I'm not sure you're going to be able to... Oh! Okay, you missed the chains.
MNZ running for his life now. Ector, they see that they start to TP over. Again, he's gonna hold him in place, but again, this is bad. He just wants to stand here. He wants to man fight you. He's gonna go proc his ultimate here. Let's turn around, take down the boar. Chris Luck is hungry. He's on the hunt, the boundless. There's gonna be the charge again back over here onto Leo Style. Ector needs to be careful, doesn't have the ultimate any longer. Rupture's gonna get used over here on Chris Luck, so he's gonna be held into place, but Matthew with that Atos, not looking super great right now, does manage to go and zip away though, just in the nick of time. He is a slippery one, that Matthew Ember Spirit.
Yeah, it was surprising to see him miss that chains. I think he just could have popped it without having to slide first. Ended up hitting him. Was it a bunch of Chen creeps there? That's what it looked like to me. But
possibly,
these fights, I feel like they're turning on their heads a lot more than they should. And Beast Coast are just slightly off with some of these things that they feel like they want to take. And it was really looking like the Beast Coast game, but Thunder Predator, they're starting to turn it here.
They're neck and neck. Less than 1k net worth difference between the two teams, both 10 kills. We are losing, some of the buildings are missing over on the side of the radio, but they still have that tier 1 too at the top lane, so still have a little bit of that Roche advantage going on, so I can TP over there, but another charge. Gonna go poke at MNZ, see if he can bait him into something. Although the rest of the team is nearby, so
we'll see.
Here in Atos again. Matthew looking on this back lines. MJZ is pretty tanky, but not tanky enough. So he's gonna get taken down by that Sunray. And Ector just wailing away on him. Another charge coming in now from Schofield. They really want to just poke away at MNZ, see if they can force anything out again. He still has that BKB over on the top, though. Frankie's not looking great here as he just gets beaten down.
Yeah, so two heroes lost there, in mid lane, lane shoving in, so they're in position to perhaps grab a tier 2 tower here. And they're not going to be in position in order to defend this, I don't think. With two heroes down there, there's just no way. Supernova's still up.
This is definitely their tower. The damage that they're outputting, they just won't be able to get in there fast enough.
Things just, they follow as soon as one of these teams is like one here, the other team starts shoving. But other than that, they've been playing very careful. I mean, a Thunder Predator against Beast Coast, we normally see way more kills than we have at this point. Only 22 at 26 minutes into the game. Normally it is a bloodbath. I think this next Roche is going to decide quite a bit.
Schofield just waving high. Nice chains here coming out from Matthew. We'll cancel it out, but too much that they can really help. They do have the courier over here with a ward and a smoke trying to scout out. Ektor's gonna walk right into MNZ. And they do have the vision over here with that sentry ward being placed down. They know he's got the Shadow Blade on the back. So Chris Luck getting jumped into. Whisper tries to slow them down. Hand to God buys them a little bit more time. They still have that egg available if they want to try to use it. BKB being used here by Leo Styles. They're forced to run away. Ektor kind of spread apart here from the rest of his team. We'll turn his attention over to MJZ. Matthew gonna try to maybe hold Ektor into place. He's already used that Fox Shield, but there it is. There's the Boundless drop back down again as they're just chasing after MJZ. He has absolutely no hope of survival here as they find that opening. But all in all they lose is their position 5 after that fight. And it looks like they're just going to translate it right back into a tower push. Hector takes a look at MNZ, but
I'd say that's really all it takes. I mean, once the BKB is on cooldown for the troll with one hero is dead, I mean, I just mentioned this in the last fight. If anyone dies, everything sort of falls apart. You're not able to take a team fight anymore, so you're forced to get back. Roshan responding in another minute and 10 seconds here. And everybody... things pushed in now for Thunder Predator. They have to be careful if they leave the base. The enemy has a lot of information right now. What's a Silver Edge? An MNZ.
Yep. Trolls had the Shadow Blade for a while, and they've been scouting it out. They have Sentry Wards that they've been placing down every time they push. Although this is not looking super great here for Moose. Does have the Ghost Scepter, though, so will be able to keep himself alive a little bit longer. Has a mech as well. There's going to be the Remnant getting placed down by Matthew as Hector joining right back into this fight. Just man-fighting MNZ over here on the side. Frank also kind of struggling to get away, but the bash back coming out from Schofield. Everybody's just sitting so tightly in this beautiful Wukong. This is not looking good for them. Frank will be next to fall. They do end up finally taking down Schofield. But again, he's the main initiator here. BKB coming out here from Chris Luck. Looks like he is ruptured, so he does have to be careful, but they're just managing to kite left and right as they go right back in on MNZ. He still has his ultimate available if he wants to try to use it, but the silence has got a proc coming out now from Ektor, turning his attention now over to MJZ. One more hit should be able to do the trick, and MNZ now, he's got his BKB popped. He doesn't want to go in for that ultimate, but he does have it now. Schofield forced to run away. Looks like he is going to get taken down here. Ektor doesn't mind man-fighting this, though. He knows that troll just can't help himself, and he's going to be next to fall, as now Matthew, held into place, does have one of those remnants up, and he goes backwards, trying to just buy a little bit more time, trying to make them pay attention to him, so that way the rest of the team will get a little bit of breathing room. Nice chains here over on Chris Luck, but it's only a matter of time. Do they take this? Do they just keep following this candy kill? I don't think they do. Look at this. Ektor says, we should take Roche. I'm going to go take Roche. While this is going on, though, Chris Luck, he really wants this kill on Matthew. He knows that there's no more remnants available. That Sunray just chonking him down. And there it is.
He doesn't buy back available, and he may choose to do that, or, you know, it might feel just too late. Give up the Roche to the enemy team here, and they think, okay, our Troll Warlord doesn't have buyback. He needs a Basher. He needs a Satanic. We're not really able to take these fights because he can't stay on targets. I do really love the Silver Edge pickup, but it feels like it's slowed a lot of other important things down. It really didn't feel that useful there in that last fight.
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
It's a very expensive item, too.
And they have a Basher complete. Like, look how wealthy Ektor is right now. Like, he's got the Echo Saber, he's got the Radiance, he's got Manta, he's got the Basher. He's going to be going for the full Silver Edge himself, which I don't think he necessarily needs, honestly. But
I hate 1%ers. He is incredibly wealthy. The Basher is all right. I mean, he wants to be able to stay on top of these targets. He doesn't want them to be able to go Scepter out of him. But it's just going to be him getting juked again and again as these heroes on Beast Coast to find more money. I mean, last time when he ultimated, I talked about this at the start of the game. He just got hit by that Heaven's Halberd, and you're disabling yourself when that happens. You're not moving anywhere. You just kind of stand in front of a target, disarmed, and that's it.
OMJZ trying to lead him on a merry chase, but with those spider legs, even with a haste rune, it's not going to be enough, my friend. Look at that. Down he goes. It just feels like Thunder Predator has no control over the jungle at all.
Yeah, Abyssal Blade basically dead now on a Abaddon. He could buy this right now, in fact, if he so chooses to. He would spend all of his buyback gold, though. Actually changes up what he's getting. Oh, no, he just adds the...
Yes, the Abyssal onto the list, yeah. I think that makes more sense. Finish up the... You already had the Silver Edge listed there, didn't you?
No, he had the Abyssal listed. He just added Silver Edge. I swear I'm not crazy.
I saw the Silver Edge earlier. I mentioned it, actually. Didn't think he needed it, but I like the fact that he's got the Abyssal queued up. I think that's more important right now, and I think that really plays into their timing a bit better.
Yeah, with the repair kit here, that'll still help quite a bit.
Slow them down just a little bit. There goes Schofield with the spider legs, just doot, 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 right across that map.
Anything to buy themselves a little bit more time right now, though. If they don't have to deal with this Aegis, they're a lot better off, and repair kit will slow that down enough that makes the enemies not want to commit too hard for that tier 3 tower.
Leo style, the silence. BKB comes out, though, manages to get the roar off, but the rest of the team's not in position. He has to use it defensively, and he has to use the BKB. That's not what you want to see. Not when you're already playing from behind.
I don't know how I feel about that one. You popped your BKB, you were out of that. I don't think you had to commit the roar to him as well.
No, I think it might have been a little bit of a panic. They do have really good wave clear, to be honest. The fact that Frank's able to just go use the blood, right? Oh! As they think about going in here, Matthew zipping in. Again, they still do have the Aegis on the Monkey King, so Chris Luck can really go. And it's going to be Schofield, actually, just runs on in, punches Frank. But they'll drop the Monkey King ulti and just try to zone them out a little bit here. Hector, they're just beating this tower to death, but with that fortification up, making it not so easy to do. MNZ trying to find this opening. Not going to be able to find it. Tower will go down. It looks like they're going to try to back off. Though I say that as Hector goes running right back in again with Schofield. Steel Scepter comes out. We'll go throughout the Atos again. MJZ next to fall. I don't know how you get Beast Coast out of your base right now. You don't have the Undying. And it feels like the rest of the team just doesn't have the damage, and they're just so tanky enough. Scotty picked up now for the Monkey King. Still has that Aegis online. He's got the Aghanim Scepter too, just dropping monkeys everywhere. Another charge in here, coming out from Schofield. It's like he's not going to be too healthy here. I mean, he is known to get out of a scrap or two, but that one probably just a little bit too far for him.
I think just playing Anchor for his team buys them a little bit of time in order to get out after he goes down. You know, sits on the high ground with the Chen, TP's out. Everyone else is long gone by now. So they get out of that one safely on Beast Coast. And, you know, losing your Spirit Breaker is probably like the least important hero. His buybacks on cooldown anyways. You don't care a great deal about him going down. You don't have to rely on him like Chen to save you with like the Hand of God and the Guardian Greaves. So you're fine losing him. Aegis is going to be reclaimed another 30 seconds here, so they're not going to have that for this next fight on Beast Coast. And it looks like they may be trying to play around that here.
They're definitely invading the bottom half of this jungle for sure, so not sure if they're going to be able to make something happen because the way that Beast Coast is playing is pretty tight right now. Although I say that as Schofield just goes charging in down here, but he'll back off, just wants to clear up this creep wave. And there it is. There's the Aegis reclaimed. Smoke comes out, though. They still want to fight. They know that they're very, very strong right now. 11k net worth lead at about 35 minutes in.
It's getting hard to blow up these heroes at this point. If the Scotty finished on Monkey, he's 3100 HP. And you were talking about
smoke on smoke action.
Chonky lad he is.
It's a chonky lad. All right, the roar. They find Chris Luck. There's the Sunray, though, trying to keep him alive. Hand of God. And again, Schofield just running on in. Chris Luck dropping that Wukong's command. MNZ popping his own BKB, trying to run away as they do manage to get the egg off over onto the back lines. MNZ, he's just obliterated. He's not able to stay alive any longer. And they'll follow up now over onto MJZ. The leap down coming out from Chris Luck. They'll play with their food a little bit, and eventually Hector will find the kill. This is going to easily open up another tower and racks, and perhaps a little bit more, because MNZ does not have buyback.
I think
and neither does Matthew.
I think that's just it. I'm going to be honest with you. They have no buyback, and they're just ripping through these buildings in no time at all. Look at this. They have Chen. They have, oh my god, look at Abaddon's attack speed.
Yeah, he is.
Once he has that buff.
He's got the Abyssal Blade competed as well. They're a 5-man wrecking crew at this point. You cannot get them off your buildings.
Dire might have to say goodbye to their
Yeah,
bear.
because, mega creeps are down. They're not GGing out,
Oh,
though.
Leo style, though.
There they go.
Hector gets himself another kill. There's the Megas. The buyback comes out from Leo style, though. He wants to do whatever he can. This is definitely feeling like it's over, though. You still don't have MNZ up for another 27 seconds, so this is feeling like this game is belonging to Beast Coast. They'll drop that repair kit over on their Ancient, but they're just doing too much damage here. Now, Chris Luck, though, gets a little hungry for some blood, is going to run right over here after Frank. And he does manage to get stunned up, but while this is all going down, it's defense of the Ancients, and your Ancient no longer defended here, Thunder Predator. Beast Coast will take this first game.
Yeah, well played by Beast Coast. Both teams going with these unconventional drafts, but even though it went very well when you managed to take these team fights on Thunder Predator this game, I feel as if they were lacking in damage or whatnot as things went on. I mean, at the very end, we saw exactly what happened. They tried to come in on the Monkey King. He's got 3,100 HP. He's got a Chen behind him with God's Strength, or with Hand of God, with Guardian Greaves, a Phoenix with Sunray available, and they couldn't bring him down. And yes, you push extremely quickly when you are able to get this, but you didn't get enough from the early game to snowball the way that you wanted to with this draft, I feel.
I feel like a lot of this too comes down to the fact that, and again, I'm not trying to flame anyone here, but Leo Stell was not playing mid. MNZ was playing mid, and I think that alleviated a lot of pressure on Chris Luck, because I feel like generally when they meet up in mid, Leo Style tends to get a little bit more of an edge. It really depends on the hero matchup, obviously, but also the way that their lanes went on Thunder Predator. Generally, they try to make life really, really difficult for Chris Luck. Like, that seems to be like one of the big plans to shut down Beast Coast is you make Chris Luck's life absolutely miserable. He has a really difficult time trying to recover. The rest of the team tries to help him recover, and then Hector's just kind of like, where am I going to find farm? Where do I go here? So I think putting Leo Style maybe back in that mid lane and giving him something that's a little more, I don't want to say traditional, but something a little bit more comfortable will make a big difference, personally speaking. But Beast Coast, they look good. I mean, they made so much space for Hector. Like, you cannot let that man have space. 13-0-6 here. He's all kitted out. That wasn't like a super, long match either. We're looking at what? How long was that? It was a 36-minute game. And like, look at his items. Has 733 GPM. This guy, you can't let him have that breathing room.
Yeah,
you just can't.
14 minutes 35 seconds. He had the Radiance on him.
Mm-hmm.
That is very fast. I feel like if you're not able to get that mid tower on the Troll Warlord, despite committing so much there, you need something else on the map. And if you're not getting your own objectives and you're not shutting down the enemies and you're doing something wrong, you need to rethink that.
All right, guys. Well, this is a best of 2 series because we are in group stage. So Thunder Predator is going to get another chance to bounce back and show their worth. But we are going to take a quick break. I know it's a bit late. Thank you so much for sticking with us. And, special thanks goes out to Monster Energy, who are keeping us nice and fueled during all of these casts. Make sure that you go and check them out. But we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll have the final game of the night.